As the 2025-26 winter approaches, Europe faces a season split into four distinct climates: mild and rainy in the west, frigid in the east, soaked in the north, and parched in the south. Picture Dublin and Lisbon in light jackets, while Warsaw and Helsinki brace for deep freeze. This isn't a minor difference, but a dramatic atmospheric divide. The west will see endless rain and mild air. The east will endure Siberian cold. The north will be drenched or snowbound, and the south risks drought. Over the next sections, we'll break down the science behind this split and what it means for your winter. The main driver of this winter's split is La Niña, cooling the Pacific and triggering a chain reaction in global weather. For Europe, this means a blocked pattern. A high-pressure ridge anchors over the west, deflecting cold Arctic air and steering in mild, wet Atlantic systems. Meanwhile, the same ridge funnels Siberian cold into Eastern Europe, creating a deep freeze. The jet stream, unusually wavy this year, will pull mild air north over the west and plunge south over the east, reinforcing the divide. The result? London gets drizzle, Moscow gets a deep freeze, and the continent is split by a stubborn atmospheric wall. This setup will define the season's contrasts from coast to coast. Western Europe, UK, Ireland, France, Iberia, will see a mild, wet winter with temperatures above average and few harsh cold snaps. In contrast, Eastern Europe faces a classic, harsh winter. Arctic air will bring long, deep freezes from Poland to Russia. Central Europe, Germany, Austria, Czechia, sits in the battleground, with wild swings between mild and frigid spells. This variability means residents need to be ready for anything, from rain to sudden frost. The natural world will feel it too. Mild west may see confused plants and animals, while the east gets the chilling needed for spring growth. The winter's temperature divide will shape daily life, energy use, and even ecosystems. It's a powerful reminder of how weather patterns ripple through everything. Precipitation will be as divided as temperatures. The north and west, Scotland, Norway, UK, Ireland, will be drenched by Atlantic storms, risking floods and soggy landscapes. The Mediterranean, Spain, southern Italy, Greece, faces a dry winter, raising concerns for water supplies and agriculture. Central Europe and the Alps will get near-average precipitation, ideal for ski resorts and snowpack. The high-pressure block acts like a rock in a river. North and west get soaked, south stays dry. This rain and snow split has big implications for farming, water management, and energy. Where you live will determine if you're grabbing an umbrella or worrying about drought. Snow lovers in Eastern Europe are in luck. Arctic air and occasional moisture will bring heavy, lasting snow from Poland to Russia. This winter, the combination of frigid temperatures and frequent snow showers means that many towns and villages will be transformed into true winter wonderlands. Expect deep drifts, sparkling rooftops, and a landscape that stays white for weeks on end. For those who enjoy winter sports, or simply the beauty of a snowy scene, this region will not disappoint. Western Europe, however, will see mostly rain. Snow is unlikely to settle, except in higher elevations like the Scottish Highlands. Cities such as London, Paris, and Brussels will experience damp, chilly days with little chance of a white blanket. Only the highest peaks in the west will catch a dusting, leaving most urban areas with wet streets and gray skies. The Alps are set for a strong ski season, with cold air from the east and moisture from the west combining for deep snow. Resorts across Switzerland, Austria, and France are preparing for excellent conditions, with powdery slopes and frequent fresh snowfall. skiers and snowboarders can look forward to some of the best runs in years. Scandinavia's mountains will also be buried under heavy snow. From Norway to Sweden, the highlands will see persistent snowstorms, creating perfect conditions for cross-country skiing and winter adventures. White Christmas odds? High in Moscow, Warsaw, Helsinki. These cities are almost guaranteed to wake up to a festive, snowy scene, with thick snow covering parks, rooftops, and city squares. Decent in Berlin and Prague. While not as certain, there's a good chance for snow flurries and a light dusting, especially if cold snaps arrive at just the right time. Very low in Paris, Brussels, London. These cities will likely see rain and mild temperatures, making a white Christmas highly unlikely. The large-scale pattern heavily favors the east for snow. This year, the contrast between regions will be striking, with a clear divide between snowy landscapes and green or wet ones. For most in the West, a snowy winter will remain a dream. Families hoping for snowmen and sledding will have to travel east or to the mountains to find true winter magic. The snow line this year will be sharply drawn, making for a dramatic difference between regions and a winter to remember for many across Europe. The root of Europe's winter split lies in the Pacific, where La Niña cools ocean waters and shifts global weather patterns. This cooling alters jet streams, nudging Europe toward a negative North Atlantic Oscillation. High pressure near Greenland blocks storms and lets Arctic air spill south. La Niña doesn't guarantee a specific outcome, but it stacks the deck for a blocked, divided winter. Every event is unique, but this year's La Niña is a key reason models predict a mild, wet west and a cold, snowy east. It's the first domino in a global chain reaction. The Pacific's chill will echo across Europe all season. While La Niña sets the stage for Europe's winter, it's the local weather drivers, like the Polar Vortex and the North Atlantic Oscillation, or NEO, that truly fine-tune the season's outcome. These powerful atmospheric forces act as the region's weather conductors, shaping everything from temperature swings to storm tracks across the continent. The polar vortex is a swirling mass of cold air high above the Arctic. When it's strong and stable, it acts like a lid, keeping the cold bottled up near the pole. But if the vortex weakens or splits apart, icy Arctic air can escape and surge southward, unleashing sudden, dramatic cold snaps across Europe that can catch even seasoned forecasters off guard. The North Atlantic Oscillation, or NEO, measures the pressure difference between Iceland and the Azores. In its positive phase, the NEO brings milder, wetter weather as Atlantic storms sweep in. But in a negative phase, those storms are blocked, and cold air from the north and east can flood into Europe, setting the stage for wintry outbreaks. This winter, forecasts suggest a weaker polar vortex and a negative NEO could team up, overpowering the usual mild westerlies. That means even places like the UK and France, often shielded from the worst cold, could see surprise blasts of Arctic air and snow, disrupting daily life and travel. These local wildcards can bust even the best forecasts, delivering dramatic shifts from mild to freezing or from calm to stormy in just a matter of days. Meteorologists must stay alert, as these rapid changes can have big impacts on communities. The ongoing tug-of-war between cold eastern air and milder Atlantic winds will ultimately decide whether the chill from the east can break through and dominate the west, or if milder conditions will hold their ground. Even with strong trends and advanced models, the atmosphere always has a few surprises up its sleeve, reminding us that Europe's winter weather is never set in stone. The jet stream is the engine of Europe's winter. This year, it's set to be especially wavy, driving the continent's weather split. A northward bend over the west pulls in mild, wet air, shielding the region from Arctic cold. Over the east, the jet stream plunges south, channeling frigid air into Central and Eastern Europe. This pattern creates sharp contrasts: mild, rainy west, cold, snowy east. The jet stream's position can shift, letting cold air flood west or mild air push east, causing week-to-week swings. The battle between Atlantic and Arctic air will play out along this winding river. Expect variability, but the overall divide will persist. In summary, Europe's 2025-26 winter is shaping up to be a season of dramatic contrasts. Expect mild, rainy conditions in the west, deep cold and heavy snow in the east, and a fascinating blend of both in Central Europe. These patterns will create a patchwork of weather experiences across the continent, making it a winter to remember for many. While the forecast offers a helpful roadmap, it's important to remember that the atmosphere is full of surprises. Sudden polar vortex disruptions or unexpected shifts in the jet stream could bring dramatic cold snaps or storms, even to regions that are predicted to be milder. Western Europe, for example, could still see brief but intense winter weather. That's why it's essential to stay informed with up-to-date local forecasts. These provide the detailed, day-to-day information you need to make smart choices, whether you're planning a commute, a family outing, or simply deciding what to wear. This winter will challenge many with its unpredictability, but it will also fascinate weather watchers and science enthusiasts. It's a vivid reminder of how global climate patterns, like ocean temperatures and atmospheric currents, can shape the realities we experience right outside our windows. The chill of the Pacific, the meandering path of the jet stream, and the ever-changing mood of the polar vortex will all play crucial roles in determining what each region faces.